What's up, guys? Gotham FM, episode number 4, coming your way. We got a lot to talk about. We got oversexualization in the video game market. We got the top games of 2021, Matrix Resurrection review, and Speed from 1994. All that coming your way right here on Gotham FM. We're back. Not too bad scheduling wise. It took us a little bit, but we are dummyless today. But we're not dummyless. We have another dummy here today. I'm also joined by Gallo, A1D from episode 1 or 2. I can't remember, but he's back. Yeah, that board stinks. But we are joined by one of our good buddy pals, another dummy. What's up, Nerdy? Always Nerdy is here. Always Nerdy TV.
Hello, I am here, and I'm ready to talk some Speed and do some Matrix.
Well, you can't talk Matrix, and I don't know if you're gonna. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want to even talk about the Matrix, because for one, you didn't watch it. Neither did Gallo. Neither did A1D. We'll get into that. both of these losers talk all not Gallo. I'll give Gallo the benefit of the doubt, but A1D, you are so not getting off the hook. You are an idiot. Matter of fact, you're an asshole. The way you've been talking about Matrix Resurrections, but we'll get to that. That's all coming. We got to talk about oversexualization in the video game market. We got the sequels that are coming out this year in 2022, which is just. It's pretty mind-blowing. I posted it in the news tab in the Gotham FM Discord, and it's pretty crazy. Obviously, we got to talk about the Flash movie and all the rumors surrounding that and how they're killing off Zack Snyder's whole invention, pretty much. We have past or present. We got Speed from 1994, starring Keanu Reeves, who so happened to star in Matrix Resurrections as well. And then we have the world-famous trivia matchup that's coming up later, and that's one of the real reasons we did decide to have Always Nerdy here. So, but first, how you doing, Nerdy? You doing okay, buddy?
I'm a little shocked. I'm hearing now that there's a trivia game going on, but I'm excited. I'm doing good. I'm a little depressed.
Why are you depressed? What's the matter, buddy?
Well, you know, unfortunately, my girlfriend and I have split up.
Well,
and
don't try to church it up. Did you split up, or did she dump you?
She took all her shit and left the house.
It's probably because you play that stupid Mountain Blade game 24/7. What the hell?
Those are some shots fired and some shit thrown. Callow, I don't appreciate that. Bannerlord is a fun game, and I can murder anybody in that game, so it's cool.
Now, it doesn't make any sense. So can walk us through it. Why did she walk out on you?
Well, you see, when you're with somebody for 5 years, as
right.
You have been, JB, sometimes maybe there's some intimacy lost. And you
can't get your dick up anymore?
No, you just, you just feel like you're going to bed with your brother.
Dude, friends. What?
Wait, what?
Gay! Don't take my baby.
Why? I don't. First of all, you felt like you were going to bed with your brother?
Like, it felt like life was in it. Yeah.
And you guys weren't even married, huh?
No.
Once every 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, she was definitely fucking some other dude.
God, dude, that's all right.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think there was something going on the side?
No, I don't know because she had like a toy, so I would
The fuck?
scare like
What?
she
What
she
are we
never.
talking about? Did you like lose the ability to have a conversation?
Hold on, JB. What are you not understanding? You assume that she needs to have sex, and that's why she was seeing other people, right?
Why? First of all, why are you whispering? Are you like in the mall right now? Like, why are you talking so quietly?
Well, I didn't know I needed to shout in order for you to hear.
Well, this is an
Maybe if you
audio
pulled the
podcast,
dead-
and it was barely picking you up. I understand
All right.
you're all sad and stuff, but you know, pick it the fuck up.
Well, let's remove the dildos out of our ears, and I'll speak a little bit louder. She had a toy, so like if she ever needed to do anything, she would take these hour-and-a-half long showers. And I knew
Oh
she
my
was-
god, you were
Damn.
really screwing up, pal. My
Why?
goodness. I mean, if she had to spend an hour and a half in the shower to forget you, that's really
Imagine you
bad.
having to go to the restroom and then she's just over there, you know, like, damn.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
you
an
were
issue.
packing, bro.
I'm honestly, I'm gonna say something, and I don't want you to get mad.
Ooh.
Dude, I don't get mad.
I saw this coming from a mile away, long time ago.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why would that make me mad?
Because you're a loser, and I just don't want to like make
Ooh.
you mad and or not. I'm sorry, not a loser, more like oblivious.
Well, no, I am a loser, but why am I oblivious?
Well, cause you didn't see. Dude, did she like smash your laptop?
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. The writing was on the wall there. If my wife destroyed my PlayStation or any of my high expensive pieces of equipment, she gone. Not her.
Yeah.
I mean, not me. She. That's not working. But so are you happier now that she's gone? Wait a minute. Didn't you work for her dad?
No. She worked for my family like 10 years ago. Or maybe it was like 7 years
I
ago.
thought she worked for her family.
No. She worked for my family for about 3 years, and then we dated about a year later after that. But we were seeing each other and smashing on the side. That's why there's some trust issues and stuff. Like, not every relationship is, cradle robbing your girlfriend when she's 10 years old, JB. Okay, we all can't be that lucky.
Lucky?
Just
What are you
yeah.
talking about? First of all, I didn't meet my wife when she was 10 years old, okay? I was 14 and she was 12. Let's let it go, pal. Sorry I was able to stay in a relationship for more than 5 years and keep my woman pleased. So lemon high. Sorry. So to end it, are you happier now or are you like mad? Are you upset?
Like, do I still cry about it every day? Yeah, a little bit. But,
Do you really?
No, it's not every day. It's like what it is I'll come across like a memory, and or I'll see like pictures, and it'll trigger a happy memory, and then I'll be sad that I can't
Right.
create any more of those. So it's
Well-
like a weird thing.
All right, well, I mean, listen, I would love to talk about this for another hour, but I don't know if everybody else wants to hear it for another hour. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our first topic, and I knew this one was going to take a while. I just knew it was. So I reserved a good amount of time for this slide alone. And so I read this article last week. It was posted from Bloomberg, which should already tell you they should have no business even speaking on this topic. But it's the Bloomberg opinion, and so I thought I wanted to read this here in the show because I feel like this is going to start a discussion that I know it angered me when I read it, but I want to hear your guys' reaction. And I kind of, I'm not going to lie, we talked about it a little bit before the show just so you guys can kind of have somewhat of an answer ready for this. But here was the headline that I got. Video game industry struggles to shake sexist attitudes. And for me, especially today, I'm thinking, what the fucking video game world do they... First of all, that to me told me right out of the gate that whoever's writing this is not a part of the video game community. They're just not. There's just no way they can have that type of opinion with what happens later on in this article. So listen to this. This was the subtitle. Denigrating portrayals of women are common in popular titles, but a hit Sony game, listen to this, a hit Sony game offers a glimmer of hope that things are changing. Okay, 2021 this article is coming out. The video game business has a long and troubled history of sexism and gender stereotypes. I will not sit here and deny that video games for years and years have always oversexualized males and females. You can't say that males aren't. I was saying before we came on the air, every male protagonist, whether it's Leon from Resident Evil, Chris Redfield, Nathan Drake from Uncharted, I'm sure I'm missing a ton, but they're out there. All of them are not like ugly people. I mean, these are people that are attractive, they're easy to look at. You're not exactly going to sell a bunch of video games if you put some fat dude on the front who has to be wheelchaired around the entire time. And the same goes for a woman. Guys and women, respectively, are not going to be interested in a title where the main protagonist is some fat chick. Okay, that's the way that is. And if that's like fat shaming, listen. You point me to a title that has sold shipped a half to even a million units, that the protagonist is some fat, out of shape chick or dude, then we'll have that discussion. But until then, shut up. But the situation isn't hopeless. As a hit release from Sony shows, there is a big market for games that portray women as smart and resourceful actors rather than as pawns, victims, or objects of male desire. Does anyone need to take a second and barf at this point? I just want to make sure. Okay. Quote, I love the fact you have a lot of very strong female characters, a woman said to an all-male panel of developers from Activision Blizzard Incorporated, maker of mega hits such as World of Warcraft and Call of Duty. She says, however, I was wondering if we can have some that don't look like they stepped out of a Victoria's Secret catalog. A smattering applause followed this, as was quickly drowned out by a sea of boos. Instead of defending her, the developers ridiculed her suggestion. So this apparently took place at BlizzCon a few years ago. But now listen to what the big rescue is. Who's the big hero? None other than Horizon Forbidden West. Now, I liked Horizon Zero Dawn. I actually thought it was a fun game. Gallo, you played the game quite a bit, right?
Yes.
And you liked the game pretty much?
It was good.
Would you say that it's portrays a smart and resourceful female protagonist?
Yeah. And I would say that the last time we got something like that was maybe like Lara Croft.
Okay, let me get to we'll have that discussion in a second. Let me finish up this article. It says, despite an outcry at the time, the industry continued to struggle with hostile attitudes toward women. After Microsoft Corporation hosted party 5 years ago with scantily clad female dancers on platforms, the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, was forced to apologize. So they're saying that basically, I'm not going to read the entire article, but what it's basically saying is that it's a man's world in video games, and that Phil Spencer of Xbox had like strippers and shit at some big release party and stuff like that, or end of the year party, and it's denigrating to women in that it's translated over into their video games. And I'm reading this article and I'm thinking, unless the coronavirus fear stuff is just drowning dry for the Bloomberg opinion section, why they thought it was smart to throw this article, not just at me, but video gamers in general. And then they started throwing out statistics, and I'm sorry, and you guys can disagree with this if you want. They're claiming that 45% of the video game market is made up of women. And I got to tell you, I don't buy that. I do not buy that 45% of the video game market are women. Just because there are very popular video game players on Twitch and stuff like Pokey, that does not mean that 45% make up the market. And I don't know where they're getting that number.
And I want to know where they're getting that from too as well. Like, are they getting mobile games like Candy Crush?
Yeah.
What are they taking? They're taking voice
surprised.
samples, and they're just saying 45% of these players sound like women, so they must be women.
Thank you. And to say that 45% of the video game market made up by women are upset because there are no games that are portraying women as strong female protagonists. And it's like, to me, it's like not offensive, but to me, I was like, what are you talking about? My favorite protagonist in platforming game history for me is Lara Croft. I've always adored Lara Croft and Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. I love those two characters. And for me, Lara Croft, especially in the 2013 reboot, she was no longer in a tank top and short shorts. That didn't bother me. I actually enjoyed it more. She was a stronger character. She was not just, eye candy while you're running through caves and shooting giant alligators and dinosaurs anymore. She was now a survivalist, and you had to really, you got to experience her becoming who she was. And she never has like short shorts on and like tube tops and all that. It's a tank top with like commando pants and combat boots. And for me, it's like, so you're giving Horizon. I'm drawing the blank on the character. I haven't played it a ton, but I can't remember. Do you remember the name of the chick from? Is it Alloy or Aloy?
Alloy, yeah.
Okay, so if they're gonna sit here and say that she is supposed to rescue the video game industry from oversexualization of characters, especially female protagonists, I'm going to have to call their bluff on that, because Lara Croft's been doing it for almost a decade since they rebooted the series. So if you want, listen, you'll get no argument from me. I was talking to, Moon about this, how there are certain Japanese video game companies who really love to over-sexualize their females. Just look at Final Fantasy, for God's sakes. When they remade Final Fantasy VII and Tifa Lockhart was in the game remodeled, they made her boobs the size of, like, globes. I mean, it was unbelievable. To me, I'm like, how can they not, like... And I'm not mad. I'm like, oh, it's bullshit. She didn't have that. Like, it doesn't bother me. But I'm sure it bothers other people. Like, it probably bothers chicks. Like, why does she have these... like, porn star sized, boobs in the video game? It just doesn't make sense. But then you have characters like Aloy or whatever and Lara Croft. And we were talking before the show, 20 years ago, longer than that, 1996, Jill Valentine in the original Resident Evil game. She was not over-sexualized. In fact, she's in the slide there on the screen right there. She showed virtually no skin at all. Or how about the Resident Evil 2 remake with Claire Redfield? How about the original 1998 Claire Redfield? What are you going to say? Oh, because she had short shorts on, that was over-sexualizing her? She was wearing a leather jacket and a t-shirt on top. I mean, that to me doesn't exactly scream Victoria's Secret model. So,
No.
well, I mean, as far as you guys are concerned, do you think that we're still struggling with over-sexualization of female protagonists in the video game industry?
I'll just
No.
say that, like I mentioned earlier with Samus, nobody knew that character was a female for like 10 years. And then you find out she's a female, and it's like, well, she's wearing a whole suit. They don't sexualize her at all. But
Yeah.
Metroid is one of the best-selling games of all time. So that's one example I'd give.
What about you, Wandy?
All I want is to see some tits and ass.
Okay. Gallo, what do you think?
I mean, no, I don't think we're fighting against that. I think it's pretty dumb that they're having this conversation, because I thought it was weird how not that long ago, I mean, it was trending last year whenever they announced Horizon Forbidden West that she looked too ugly and that she looked too fat. And now they're saying, I don't understand what these people want. Because these same people that were, they're saying that they're over-sexualizing women are the same ones that are mad because she wasn't in full face makeup and she didn't look skinny.
Right. You're talking about Aloy from Horizon?
Alloy, yeah, from Horizon.
Or Alloy, however you say. To me, and I actually really love the character. When I played Horizon Zero Dawn, I actually really enjoyed the character. And I wasn't like, I mean, if this article had come out 10 years ago, I would give it a little bit more merit. You know what I mean? But the fact that it's coming out in 2021 and we're talking about Alloy rescuing the over-sexualization of women in video games is just ridiculous. And I would love to hear what other people think about this argument, because I have leans more towards female protagonists in video games almost my entire life. Maybe just because I'm attracted to women and I would rather play somebody who I'm attracted to. I don't know. Whatever. But whether it's the original Jill Valentine to Lara Croft in 2013, it's never been like, man, I hope when they make the next Resident Evil, they give me like Jill Valentine in nothing but a bikini. That doesn't cross my mind. I don't need that in my video games, is what I'm trying to say. But we could keep talking about this all night, but it's time to move on to the next topic where we're going to be discussing the new and upcoming sequels. Now, I didn't want to put a slide on screen because I didn't want any distraction, okay? As far as if you're just listening to this, that's different. Now, I want you guys to listen to the lineup of sequels we have for this year. Now, I posted the picture in the Discord a while back, but I want you to listen to some of these, and just feel free to stop me at any point if you would like to comment on anything, but just listen to some of these that are coming out this year. Starting from the top, Creed, the sequel to which is basically part of the Rocky verse, and I'm not a big fan of, whatever, but Creed is coming out. It makes a lot of money. It's a big movie. Avatar. Now, I'm not an Avatar fan either. Are either anybody in here like huge Avatar fan?
I'm racist
No,
against
I'm
blue
nice.
people.
What?
I hate
like
blue
Avatar.
people.
No, I remember seeing the movie when it came out, but I mean, I even remember I was falling asleep during it. Like, no, I'm not excited. And they have like 4 movies coming up out of that one. No.
Yeah, there's literally like 4 sequels coming up.
Next.
My thing, exactly. That's how I feel about it. But the thing is, though, man, when this movie came out, and people were like, "This is,"
I remember though.
they were like, "The future of film has arrived," and this movie made. Oh, wasn't it like the highest grossing film of all time until
Yeah,
Avengers or
until
whatever?
Avengers Endgame,
Exactly.
Yeah.
2019.
And
For
didn't
10 years.
didn't Avatar like retake it over something? Didn't something like
Yeah,
that happen?
because James Cameron re-released it, and in
Yeah.
China, and then it made. I guess they like blue people over there for some reason.
My thing is like, I didn't understand it. I love James Cameron. Everybody knows I'm a huge
too.
James Cameron fan. I pretty much anything he touches, I'm in love with, especially regarding like Terminator and True Lies and stuff. Like I love Jim Cameron, but Avatar, I was like, it's a great movie to look at. Visually, it's stunning, but for me, I was just like, I don't get the hype though. You know what I mean?
I remember.
Like, I just
Yeah,
didn't
'cause
get
I mean,
it.
I remember. I mean, the news were talking about it. How this is James Cameron's next biggest project, and this is gonna shape the way of films. And I mean, it kind of did, but
It
they
did.
were wrong about the 3D. The 3D part they were wrong about.
How did it shape the way of films, and like what standards did it set that weren't already set before it?
I think that it set because Lord of the Rings and
CG
stuff
and-
like that was mostly practical effects. So like, but in my mind, I don't necessarily disagree with the point Nerdy's about to make, because I think Zack Snyder was already ahead of the game before Jim Cameron started releasing like Avatar, because you think a movie's like 300, and I don't remember, did Avatar come out the same year as Watchmen? I feel like it did. What year did Avatar come out? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
09, I
Oh.
believe.
Okay,
I
so
want to say, yeah, 08 or 09.
okay,
It
so
came out
Watchmen.
2009.
Okay, so Watchmen came out in 09 as well. So, like, I think Zack Snyder was very early on in that, in sort of that, especially with 300. But Avatar, to answer your question, Nerdy, set up like the next generation of over-the-top, gorgeous-looking epic films. Because that had kind of died out with Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. You know, those were the standard before, and Avatar kind of set up the huge, like, 3D over CG'd stuff like that. Not that I don't think it was a good thing neither. I'm not sticking up for the film. I actually think it kind of hurt filmmaking. Because anytime
I can see
somebody
that.
was like, hey, this movie was shot in 3D, immediately me and my wife are turned off from it. Because that means
Oh,
the
me
movie
too.
is nearly like made just so you can enjoy something in 3D.
Like you're talking about like Friday the 13th 3D films. Oh,
Oh my gosh, we'll
Those
have to
are
review that
horrendous.
someday, because that, while it's fun to watch just because of how goofy it is, like you actually see the arrow on strings coming towards the camera, but it didn't even make sense for that sound effect to be there. But anyways, so Avatar sequels coming out this year, and but as far as sequels coming out this year, this is my number 2 favorite, or like most anticipated. That would
Number
be
2.
Scream.
oh yeah, that one I'm excited about.
I am super excited for the new Scream sequel. Did you watch Scream? I'm sure you did, Gallo. Scream 4.
Yes, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it.
I was actually very pleased with Scream 4. Because I wasn't even a fan of Scream 3. That is just one movie I never got it. Like,
Right.
I love Scream 1 and 2 with a passion. Scream 1 is probably in my top 5 greatest horror movies of all time. Scream 4 to me was like, thank God they did something better than Scream 3. And then, so for this film, the way it's looking, it looks like it's going to top 4. But I said that about 4,
And I'm
about
loving
3.
like the teases they're doing with the posters and
Yeah.
like the killers on this poster. I don't know. It's getting me excited again.
It's that over the top metaverse stuff that I love about Scream. I love that
Yeah.
about Scream.
That's what their franchise is like that. I mean, even from the first one, when they're sitting in that living room, that's iconic when he's discussing all the tropes about horror movies.
I mean, you talk about we're talking about Avatar changing a genre or films. Let's talk about Scream. I mean, it
Well,
changed.
Scream
horror
didn't.
movies.
Scream not only changed horror movies in general, it revived, it resurrected the horror
That's a
movies.
good point. Mhm.
Because
That's true.
before Scream,
It was
like-
oversaturated with so much.
well, they didn't. People. It was almost like people forgot how to make horror movies. Like
Yeah.
Wes Craven's New Nightmare came out a few years before. Wes Craven, by the way, is my favorite horror movie director of all time. A lot of people it's John Carpenter, and I get that, but mine is Wes Craven. And before Wes was doing a New Nightmare because he wanted to reinvent Freddy, and the movie is one of the highest critically acclaimed Nightmare movies, but it didn't do very good at the box office. It made more than it took to make it, but he was like, something's wrong. We need to come out with something that's not just going to resurrect the franchise, but let's poke fun at it a little bit. And that's what I loved about Scream. It's almost like it never took itself too serious. But it was still scary. It was still brilliantly written, and that's why I love the film. I know A1D's looking forward to this. The Minions sequel is coming out this year.
Oh
What?
yes.
Are you excited about Minions there, A1D?
Wrong.
I am.
Wrong.
What?
Are you
You don't
really
like the
excited? You like the Minions movie?
Bro, I've seen Despicable Me 1 in theaters, Despicable Me 2, Despicable Me 3, Minions, and then Minions 2. Well, I'm going to see the Minions 2.
I enjoy all 3 of the Despicable films. I love them. Minions, for me, I just didn't think they needed their own movie. I liked them in the Despicable Me movies, but I thought the Minions film... Now, obviously, my kids love that movie, but Minions never did much for me. Coming out, probably one of the most highest anticipated amongst most people, I would say, is the Top Gun sequel. Now,
Oh.
I love the original Top Gun. There's a lot of... as far as when that movie came out, I know that, like... There's a certain audience that like
Homosexuals?
worshipped. Well, there is a lot of homoeroticism in the film, and it's considered one of the most homoerotic films in history, which is fine because I Roadhouse is one of my favorite movies, and that movie's
I
got
love
some.
Roadhouse.
That's a very homoerotic film as well. It's
And Brokeback Mountain's your top, 5. So.
well, no, I'm not a huge fan of that movie. It's got a pretty good scene in a tent, but as far as Top Gun is concerned, yeah, I'm excited for this film.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that someone in this Discord right now, this is the film you're most looking forward to. Halloween Ends.
Nope.
I got burned out, bro. Like with this.
Wait. Before,
that
don't finish that sentence. Which movie burned you out on the genre? I mean on the Halloween franchise. I'm sorry. Which Halloween film burned you out? Was it the most recent one, Kills, or was it the 2018 Halloween?
Kills. No, I thought 2018. I enjoyed it in 2018,
I did too.
but Kills it killed the franchise.
It's one of the worst in the franchise in my book. It's got some great slashes in it. But
It does. It's like I want to like it for the
it's
slashes.
exactly
That's
that's what I was trying to say. Is it like I want to like it because of how brutal the slashes are? Me and Keish went and saw it in the theater, and it was just like we kept doing that thing where you look over at each other like, oh, this movie. It's like I want to like it so bad, and they made the people so stupid, which you could say is pretty classic in horror movies. But I felt like in this movie they were like times 100
It
stupid.
just pisses you off. At this
Yeah,
point.
it's like we'll have to review that someday because
Yeah.
that's a whole conversation. What do you want to
Just-
add, Nerdy?
Just quickly, as somebody who hasn't seen it, like on a scale from 1 to a Wandy, how much did it bomb?
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
That's just
come on, dude.
it's very inappropriate.
All right, what's that? What else? Is
That
coming
was
out in 2022?
perfect. Oh my god, play it again. He needs a double correct. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Now I didn't watch the first one. Knives Out has a sequel coming out this year.
Oh, is this year? I've seen the first one.
Did you good enough to merit a sequel?
I got to see the trailer. I don't know, because it depends. I mean, because the whole thing is about murder mystery,
Right.
and there's a detective, and the guys, Daniel Craig, who played the detective, he's gonna come reprise his role. So I'm guessing it's gonna be a
Oh,
whole
that
new
movie.
story.
Oh, I
Yes.
love that.
Okay. It was
So that's
pretty
why
good.
it was good, but like it's for you to say it merits a sequel. It depends, because it's like I'm guessing it's gonna be a whole another story. So that you know what I mean?
Right.
That one
Yeah.
JB had it had a lot of famous actors and actresses. The
But
old man from
oh, go.
X-Men, Charles Xavier, can't remember his
Mhm.
actor name. He's
Oh,
in
are you
there.
talking about James McAvoy?
No,
No.
not James McAvoy.
Oh,
He's
Star-
in-
he's talking about Patrick Stewart, right? Are you talking
Yeah,
about the
Patrick
actor from the? Okay, I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about from the First Class and stuff like that. Yeah. I got you.
yeah, a lot of famous actors and actresses in there, and for that reason, it was really good alone. But the storyline was pretty good too. So I don't know if
Okay.
he would agree, but I think it would warrant a sequel. Pretty good.
He
Okay,
wasn't in the movie.
he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Patrick Stewart? Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Hang on a minute.
Look up the cast,
Man,
dude.
you
Google
re-
it right now, dude.
You really
I
are.
swear
Are
to
you thinking
God.
of Christopher Plummer?
Yeah.
Hang on
the
a second.
nurse.
Let me take a look here. So we got Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis. Who are you thinking of? Don Johnson's on here.
No, it was Jamie Lee Curtis. My bad.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? You mistaken Jamie Lee Curtis for Patrick Stewart?
I might have.
Can we move on? Good Lord. No, there's no way he thought it was Christopher Plummer. He thought it was Patrick Stewart. What a dummy. Oh my
That was
god.
bad.
All right, let's get back to the list here before I have an aneurysm. So
That movie, by the way, has Ana de Armas. That's that girl. You remember I sent you some photos of her?
yes.
Oh, she's so hot.
So someone here, this has to be their most look forward to. The next Jurassic World. Anybody? Still nobody, huh? Listen, if it's because of the same reason that I'm not, I get it, but I think that it's gotten to. I don't think we needed. What was the last one? Why I never get Fallen
the new one's
Kingdom.
Jurassic
Kingdom.
Universe.
Fallen Kingdom. The one after Jurassic World. I thought Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was a film that just had no business being there.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
all I know is I've seen the first of the reboot, right? The newer ones with Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't get that much into it, especially I feel like the ending was so lackluster.
You didn't
And I
like
couldn't
Jurassic World?
No, especially like the ending fight. I could hardly see when I watched that movie for some reason.
Oh man, no.
Um,
Jurassic World and the original Jurassic Park to me are the two best in the franchise.
I haven't seen the second one, but I will say this: I have seen the
Wait,
what is it
wait.
called?
Lost World or Fallen Kingdom? Which set of films are you talking about?
Fallen World. I'm saying that one.
Fallen World or Fallen Kingdom?
Fallen Kingdom. That's the second. The
That's
latest
the
one that just came out.
Pratt series.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I meant
okay.
that. Yeah.
That
But I
film
will
to
say-
me did not need to happen.
I will say
Right.
I did enjoy. What is it? Is it a prologue or something that they came out with? Did you see that?
Yeah,
They-
that looked great.
Yeah,
That looked amazing. I like that. And it's like I want to see that. Like, I mean, I get you gotta have human characters in it to give emotion or something, but it's like, man, seeing that, what was it, like 5 minutes of it? Of just seeing the world building. I enjoyed that.
I'm looking forward to the film. I don't want that to be misconstrued. I am looking forward to it, but it's like I just don't. How many more are we gonna do? You know what I mean? It's like I feel like they should have set this up in Jurassic World rather than Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, and maybe you could have gotten two films out of the the way they set up for this film. So we'll see what happens. But here is my most anticipated film of 2022. And that would be Mission Impossible.
Yeah, boy.
This is easily one of my most favorite franchises in the history of filmmaking. Tom Cruise is an absolute machine. I don't give a crap about his Scientology and that insanity that goes on over there. This dude is easily one of the GOATs of action. Not just action, but in cinema history. He is the GOAT. The dude does every one of his own stunts. He's a maniac, and I love him for it. There's not one single, and I quote, one single Mission Impossible film that is not good. They are all awesome. Some are better than others, but there is not one bad Mission Impossible film. Some would argue the second one. I enjoy the second one. It's not a bad movie. It's actually a very good movie. I actually think my favorite Mission Impossible film in general is the third one. I think that movie is badass. Philip Seymour Hoffman is the best villain in all of the Mission Impossible verse. He was amazing. But this is the one I'm most looking forward to. Hey, Wandy, what about, I know you're a big Mission Impossible guy.
Yo, I love Mission Impossible, man. I've seen them all in theater, except when I wasn't born yet.
I was
Yo,
gonna say-
Monday, I have a question. Do they have like a... No, you're not Indian. Do they have like an Arab version of like
What?
Mission Impossible?
You know they made Mission Impossible 4 in Dubai. They here like
Yeah, so it's pretty popular there then, right? Or no?
Can you car crash yourself, Gallo? What are you... What?
Jesus.
Well, because I know like Indians, they like...
Are you talking about like Bollywood?
Yeah.
What the fuck does Bollywood have to do with us?
Car crash yourself. What are you waiting for?
Do it now.
There it goes. And then lastly, this is my number 3. Obviously goes Mission Impossible, Scream, and then this film. Can anybody guess it?
Chupapi
Ghostbusters.
Miñaño.
No. Anybody? Nobody's gonna guess?
Groundhog
Oh,
Day.
No!
Groundhog Day? Yeah,
What
give us a
women
hint.
want.
Give us a
I
hint.
guess ahead, bro. Actor or some.
It's
Man of
based
Steel
off
2.
it's based off a video game.
Is it
The
Uncharted?
Mario?
No.
Sonic?
Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2.
Oh, Sonic 2.
Yeah. We got Knuckles showing up. And Tails is showing up. I think this movie is going to be awesome. I loved the first film. I went and saw this with the whole family, the first film. Loved it. And then we've watched it probably, 5 or 6 times since then. And I love the movie. I think Jim Carrey plays a great Robotnik. We had to make a cut. I don't remember what I was saying, but Jim Carrey plays a great Robotnik. I can't even get back. I can't. We just got to move on. I can't. We just got to move on. There's a lot of great sequels coming out in 2022. I'm looking forward to probably a solid. I'm not looking forward to Halloween whatsoever. You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to it being done. Because they're saying, they said 10 times over that this film franchise is going to be done. I'm actually looking forward to this film being done, the franchise itself. And Halloween Ends is supposed to be the actual ending. So let's see what they do with that.
I'd like to do like a little mini like discussion of what we think is going to happen. Like a prediction.
Right.
Be nice
Well,
before we go.
this year I'm going to do, probably on this channel, I'm going to do my ranking of all the Halloween films leading up to Halloween Ends. So that would be a great discussion to have in that video as well. But that is it for the sequels coming out in 2022. And now let's move on to our next topic, which are the top video games of 2021. Now, I want everyone here, besides, I don't want to hear Always Nerdy talk about Banner Justice or whatever the hell he's played. I don't care about that. But this is
I'll
from
kill you.
Vulture.com, the top 10 releases of 2021. I know what my top game of 2021 was, and I hope I'm not forgetting one of them. But I know what at least the one I enjoyed the most that came out this year. Now, the game I probably played the most was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but that came out just a few months before 2021. And then Phasmophobia, which came out in 2020 as well, I really enjoyed. So those are the two I've played the most. But
Okay.
let's see what they. So this is including PC, Xbox, PlayStation 4, 5, 1, Series X, blah, blah, blah. This list is from vulture.com. Number 10, didn't play it, don't know what it is. Scarlet Nexus.
Don't know.
No.
Looks like some
Sounds
sort
good.
of anime game. Number 9 was the game Deathloop. Anybody play Deathloop?
No, but I heard about it, but no.
I heard it was very good. I read a
It's
little
for
bit.
PlayStation.
Well, it's on PC now too.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it was PS5, and then so this was a PC exclusive game. Was a game called Old World. I mean, I played New World thanks to Guz, but I've never heard of Old
That's
World.
good.
Number 7, which came out on every platform, was the game called Death's Door. Anybody heard of that one? See, this
No
this
idea.
list really frustrated me because I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Unless I'm just really detached from the gaming world, which I don't think I am, I haven't heard of like almost every one of these games. And for
Yeah.
me, it's all like, and it's not just because of Vulture. I checked GameSpot, IGN. I went to multiple sources, and most of them reflected this, except for one source, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. Another game
Okay.
was a game called Knockout City, and I'm just like, what the
Oh,
hell? What is
What?
that? Knockout
It's
City.
yeah, it's a game that came out for PlayStation, and it was originally going to be like, a AAA title or whatever. They were announcing it, making it like a big deal. But then they
Right.
realized nobody was pre-ordering the game, so they just ended up making it a PS Plus game you got for free.
Right.
That just goes to show how bad it was. And then
Well,
like it just dipped. Like people played it maybe the first week, and then after that, it just dipped in like people playing it or whatever. How do you call it?
Lem- Steam's review has Knockout City at $9.99 right now, with
didn't
a
know it was
total of 5,000 downloads
what?
Oh.
What? 5,000?
on
And it's-
Steam.
on one of the best. It's on the list for best game of the year.
Hold
Yeah.
on, let me make sure I'm reading this right.
Wow.
Okay. Oh no, okay, so that's very positive. So 5,000 reviews. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so it's 4,500 positive reviews. That
Right.
doesn't tell me how many downloads though. It's probably 10 times that.
Yeah, but okay. Let me ask you a question, Dummy Wandy. How many times have you heard anybody mention this game?
Never.
That's
Nobody.
where I'm coming from too. I'm like, nobody's mentioned this, and for me, it's like, and there are plenty of games that are left out of this that just makes me disgusted. But
This game was free and nobody was talking about it. Well, on PlayStation side.
so one of the games, and I get this one, I'm not a fan of it, but I know it was huge, which was Halo Infinite. That's
Right.
that should definitely be in the discussion for top games of 2021. That one I get.
I
Guess
can
how
see
many
it. I haven't played
reviews
it, but I
that
can see it.
has?
I've never
Guess how
played
many-
it, but it's coming
I
in at
just
number
looked-
5.
I just looked it up. Guess how many reviews that game has? It was released November 15th, 2021.
What game? Knockout City?
Knockout City had 5,000. Guess how many Halo Infinite has?
Like
Right now.
25,000.
120,000.
That's fair.
Wow.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of reviews.
That sounds right. Yeah, sounds about right.
Number 4 is a game called Chivalry 2. Anybody know that game?
No.
I've never
What?
even heard of this stuff.
Nope.
Oh.
Number 3 is a game called Cruelty Squad. Never heard of that. Number 2 is a game called Back for Blood. I've never heard of that. And the number one
It's
game,
good.
number one game is a game called Wilder Myth. All right. So that was from Vulture.
No.
Who made this list?
I
Bro.
just Vulture. I've said it like 10 times. But listen, IGN. This is their list. Okay. This is like them throwing their hat in the ring, and this is what they had to say.
I think I saw this list, but go continue.
So they had, I mean, obviously they have mini games, but as far as best of the year, they had Guardians of the Galaxy on
Okay.
here, which I don't buy because I know most people that played that game did not think that game should be worthy of a top release of 2021. And if it did, it's because it's been a shit year for releases to begin
It
with.
was a good game. I heard a lot of good reviews, but top 10, no.
Right.
There's definitely
And then some of the other games were Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. And so I'm reading through all these titles and looking at everything that's been released for 2021, and I'm like, let me ask you this: which game have you guys not heard me mention?
I'm gonna say Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Metroid Prime, or Metroid.
Both of those
Dread.
are worthy.
Mhm.
Hey, Wandy, what about you?
I mean, the most notable one is Resident Evil.
Thank you
Village.
very much. Resident Evil 8 was not mentioned once
Nerdy?
in any of
You
these
got one?
articles. Yeah, Nerdy, you? How to-
I mean,
How to build a tree
They-
fort?
how to build a tree fort. No, I really liked Halo Infinite, and I would put that as my favorite release. So,
You weren't listening to what I was saying, were you?
I know you asked which one wasn't. I can't think of a game that I would put on there
Right.
besides Halo that I would put above Halo Infinite.
But
And so
is there a game I didn't mention that should be on here?
Probably Power Wash. Guz.
Oh my god, the stupid Power Wash Simulator game. What a
What a-
loser.
No, not
what?
not that I would put that were like the best of the best.
But how are you going to mention the top releases of 2021 and Resident Evil 8's not even in the discussion? I liked Resident Evil Village. I thought the game was good. Some people are saying it's the best in the franchise. Some people are saying it's better than 7, that it's better than 6, which I will agree with. But to say it's better than like 4 or 5 or 3, it's crazy. It's a good game, man, but it is not, it is not worthy. And by the way, you can see me do the entire playthrough on this channel as well. It's listed in the playlist. But
Those are some great videos, by the way.
Like,
Oh,
did
there's some
Among
really
Us
funny
come
clips.
out in 2021, or was that in 2020?
I think Among Us came out in like 2019, didn't it? Was that a 2020 thing?
No, it came out like in 2017 or 2018, but it didn't blow up until 2020.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Well, that is your top. Those are your lists from the top video game reviewers. That's why I just don't buy like IGN and GameSpot and all these
Yeah.
places. I've always just hated
Hate
IGN.
IGN.
IGN is
Yeah.
the worst.
You can tell when they get
Uh-huh.
paid off because what do they give all their movies? It's a 7 out of 10. Yeah, okay, whatever.
And you know who
Don't
used
bite
to
it.
drive me nuts, but the more and more as time goes, I start to respect them more, is Game Informer. I used to be really like anti Game Informer, but over the years, you just look at IGN and you can tell everything they review, they're bought off. To sit there and say that, and I never played The Last of Us 2, but to say that was better than the first, and it was one of the greatest video games of all time, I'm like, oh my god, how much have you guys
should've-
been paid?
You should have seen. I wish I would have posted this in the Discord, but IGN before the end of the year they had a best video game of all time, and I can't. Man, I wish I remember what won, but you should have seen like games like Resident Evil were getting beat out by like Fortnite and so on and so forth. So you could just imagine how bad that list was.
I mean, I can just tell you, just hearing it out loud, what it sounds like to me is either this list was like the most popular games, or if they're just saying it's a better. You're not going to sit here and convince me, who's a diehard Resident Evil fan, that Fortnite is better than Resident Evil. That's just, first of all, it's untrue. I don't care how many 12-year-olds play that game. That game is not more. That game is not a better video game in comparison to Resident Evil. It's just not. And that's my opinion. But I'm telling you right now, I hate Fortnite, and it's not just because I hate it. The reason I'm saying that, I don't think it's a better game than Halo, and I really hate Halo. I don't
Let
think
me ask-
Fortnite's better than that.
Did
No.
any of you guys, like Awandi, did you guys play that game Hades that came out this year?
I heard that,
I
that
heard
game.
about it,
I
yeah.
heard about it a lot. Some people said it was a good. Did you play it?
So I personally didn't play it, but my roommate and my brother-in-law, they were playing it for hours and hours. Had a lot of replayability, and they both would probably put it in their top 5 of the year for sure. So I'm surprised it didn't get mentioned in that article because it was popular too.
Well, let's move on to our last news article of the podcast for tonight. This is our local DCEU news, and our favorite reporter in the cinema industry, Grace Randolph, which I have a video on this woman, specifically on this channel. She is a troll in my book. I think she pretends like she knows more than what she really does.
You made a video on her?
I did, yeah. And
When was this?
it was, I don't know, like 4 years ago, the last time I made a video on this channel. Yeah, you look it up. It's on there. It was over the Batman movie news. She said something along the lines of she doesn't think, she says, since Robert Pattinson's Batman and the Batman is supposed to be like mentally ill and stuff like that because he's deranged and all this, that they shouldn't market toys and stuff like that. And I just blew up on a video because it was like, wait a minute, are you saying the same thing about like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger? I mean, do you really think every Marvel Avenger or every character in the MCU is mentally stable? Because I don't think so. I can tell you that right now.
I like how too.
Joker.
I don't want to get too up off topic, but I just saw an article about Superman in the comics saying he was abused for 8 months. But that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that's another story for another day. I get what you're saying, but well, now our lovely Grace Randolph has reported, as I've told you with update. I'm sorry, quote, as I've told you with update. This is what she's claiming about the Flash film. That this movie is Batfleck's final appearance, which that part to me, I don't like it, but I can believe it. And that the last footage of Henry Cavill is going to be a footage used on the TV within the movie of Cavill. Am I correct so far, Awandi?
Correct.
You're correct.
There's going to be a new Justice League formed, aside from the Zack Snyder Justice League. So that immediately is throwing up a red flag. Supergirl is going to replace Superman. Even though we don't have a Supergirl movie, and if people praise the Supergirl replacing Superman and she doesn't have a film, I will call every person out on hypocrisy. Because all people did was bitch about Batman and Aquaman and all these people being in the Justice League and not having their own movies. Flash is an example. Cyborg. I think the only other person who had their own film before Justice League was Wonder Woman. And they came out the same year.
Same year.
Mm-hmm. Same year.
Keaton is now working with Black Canary and picks the new Batman to be, you guessed it,
I am a woman.
No, that's Batwoman. He's picking Batgirl. Now,
sorry.
I love Batgirl. I've read Batgirl for many years. I love that comic. I'm not a huge fan of Batwoman. That's a topic for another day. But the fact that they're claiming that Keaton is choosing to have is working with Black Canary, which I'm cool with. But here's the thing. Are we using the Black Canary from Birds of Prey? Are we starting from ground zero? And he's picking Batgirl, she's getting her own film, which I'm happy about. I do want to see a Batgirl film. I'm hoping it's not woke. I think movies that I've seen here lately, especially in regards to this show, have not been the woke messes that I thought they were going to be. I didn't think Spider-Man No Way Home was a woke mess, and I got news for you. Matrix Resurrections, it was not a woke mess that A1D was touting that it was. Liar. But Keaton working with Black Canary and then picks Batgirl's the new Batman. And then last but not least, she says, "This is new DC. Let's be open-minded and give it a fair shot." Now, if you go back and watch Grace Randolph's reviews for the trailers and stuff like that, and for the films themselves, she had a lot to say about the new DC as it was happening in regards to films not being released before they're a part of the Justice League. She had all that to say, but now that the fact that Supergirl might be replacing Superman and that Batgirl is going to be replacing Ben Affleck's Batman, let's be open-minded about it and give it a fair shot. I'm going to say right out of the gate, I don't buy 90% of this crap I just read from that tweet.
Yeah.
Now, you posted something from Ezra Miller, right? Was that a real message?
Yeah, it was a real message.
Yeah, it was confirmed.
So he's basically saying that that they're not undoing the Snyderverse stuff?
Yeah. Like oversimplification.
What do you mean oversimplification? What I just said or what he said?
No,
Those were his words.
What he said.
Wait, what? One at a time. What did you say, Iwan?
Like, they're not really like replacing the Snyderverse.
Right. They're still planning to build off of the Snyderverse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's and this is why, and Gallo, you got to go watch my video on Grace Randolph I released back in, I think it was a long time ago. It was like back in the summer. She
Yeah,
is.
well, it's hard to because I never get your notifications.
Well, it's because I don't upload a video for 4 months at a time.
Well, I mean, it'd
Um,
probably help if I subscribe to your channel too.
yeah, that would help too.
You know what I mean?
But
Do
Grace.
you think? Do
Oh, go
you
ahead.
think like they? Do you think that they replacing the Snyderverse would mean like recasting Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa, which made them $1 billion?
Do I think that's what they're gonna do?
No, like she said, basically they're gonna. What did you say?
Well, she says new Justice League formed, and I don't necessarily believe that she's meaning that they're going to boot out all the actors that played the previous characters. I think she just means
No.
the new Justice League is going to be Supergirl, Black Canary, which is stupid because Black Canary's not in Justice League, and to my knowledge,
Yeah.
neither was Supergirl. Justice League was actually not a small group. It did get bigger and bigger as the years went on, but I sure as hell don't remember Supergirl being there, and I definitely don't remember Black Canary being in there. And to tell you the truth, I don't think Batgirl was in it either. Now, I could be wrong on that, but I've read a lot of DC comics, and I don't really recall Batgirl being in the Justice League. So as far as that comment there, that to me could just mean that that Supergirl and Batgirl and all that is going to be part of the new formation. Which, by the way, it's Grace Randolph. She is a troll. I said this months ago in the video I made about the Batman. She's a troll. She likes to pretend like she knows more than she does. And guess what? She's clunked like 100 times since my video came out. And granted, my video only has like 100 views on it or whatever it is. It's one of the popular videos on the channel. There was also a simp in my comments section sticking up for her. But she does this. This is what she does, and she does this when her channel goes a little bit dry. I don't know. Did she ever end up passing 1 million subscribers yet? Because the last I remember, she was in like the 700,000 range, and I mean, she was getting into. She's getting close. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my God, her video automatically played and almost made my ears bleed. She's up to 940,000 subscribers. So she's gonna crack 1 million by the time the Batman comes out, most likely.
You know, I remember when you guys were making fun of the MCU, calling it the MCU, and now everybody's calling it the DCU. But the thing is
well, first of all, we were never calling it the MCU. I don't know what.
Yeah.
No,
I don't remember ever saying that.
No,
You change it to the DC Nobody Watches You.
Gallo.
Right.
So I was never calling it the MCU. That's a lie. And if you're gonna die on that hill, you're just gonna die. Okay.
Okay.
Because I sure as hell, A1D, he's a Marvel fan and he pretends like he's a DC fan. But as far as I'm concerned,
Well,
I love DC.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
He doesn't.
No,
Look, I enjoy the Snyderverse. I will say that. You know, I thought you guys overdid it with the. Yeah, you're gonna
Such
probably
a
clip that
liar.
too. I thought you guys overdid it with the release the Snyderverse, and then restore the Snyder. It's like, okay, you got your film. Like,
whoa. Two totally different things. Two totally different. First of all,
Okay.
saying that we overdid it with the release of the Snyder Cut, I won't even disagree with it. But guess what? We got the film, and we might not have got it had we not overdid it. I don't think that happens unless the fans come forward. As far as restore the Snyderverse, I think we deserve to be that vocal about restoring the Snyderverse, because I can tell you right now, that's what real DC fans want, is the Snyderverse. Find me one
Is it?
DC fan. Yeah, find me a DC fan who wants something other than Snyderverse. Who? Name one.
Grace Randolph.
Grace. What a douche.
Hey, what did she say on that tweet? Let it play out. It sounds just like a one of those wrestling reporters. Just let it play out. Let the story play out.
Her tweet. Oh yeah, that's right. It read. Well, that's not her tweet. Where did I have
Something
it?
like that.
Oh yeah, it's on the slide.
Let's be open-minded.
This is new. This is the new DC. Let's be open-minded and give it a fair shot. Her words, not mine. Grace Randolph stinks on ice. Give her a car crash. That's what I want to hear. Let's see here. That's all I have to add. That's all I gotta say about that. So now it is time for past or present. Are you guys ready?
Movies, yo. Are you ready for past or present?
All right, it is time to go back to the year 1994, which was given to us, by the way, by Dummy. This was his pick, and he's not even here to review this film. 1994, it is Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels, Sandra Bullock, starring in the hit movie Speed. Now, I had not personally seen this movie in many years. Probably since, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Like, it's been about that long. So sitting down and watching this the other night, I'm watching it, I'm like, man, oh man, I truly had forgotten how good the film was. And it just, this goes back, Gallo, to what we were talking about last week with like 90s action movies and stuff like that. This one here, it has that feel, like that Con Air feel to it. It's just, there's a certain vibe you're getting from the movies, and you just know it's from the 90s.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I exactly had that feel. Like it had that Con Air feel to it. But I mean, it's not that it was like taking from it, but it just had that vibe.
Just the pacing, the story, it was over the top, but it was still awesome. It was it was just a fun movie. And I didn't really remember this until I saw it, but the way it starts, I mean, it does not start slow. It starts off immediately.
Oh, bang. Immediately.
The SWATs are immediately going into this building, and you immediately become confronted with your antagonist, your protagonist. It sets everything up with the way they're diffusing the situation in this building. I mean, it's like right out of the gate, they're not messing around. They're not telling you Keanu Reeves' backstory, how he became a cop, and that he's some this or that. Same with Jeff. They don't mess with any of that. They just say these guys are the protagonists. They are negotiators / diffusers / just badass SWAT team guys. And then you don't really learn that much about the antagonist until nearly the third act of the film. And so this movie for me was just fun. That to me is the best kind of movie. It doesn't even need to be over the top serious. The story doesn't even necessarily need to make sense. And I'm not saying that this film didn't make sense, but some of the funnest movies that I enjoy watching don't even necessarily have to have like some linear plot line. Yeah, they don't need some convoluted plot line. I don't need that with my movies. And so I will say that one of the things that was funny in the early part of this film, when they do save the people from the building, they get their medals and stuff like that. And there was a point in the film in the beginning where they're talking about how they saved all these people's lives. They had no casualties, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, what about the dude who took the knife to the ear in like the first 2 minutes? They don't talk about that guy one bit at the medal ceremony, nothing. Everyone came out safe and alive. But that dude who's just like face to face with the antagonist, what are you doing here? Took a knife to the ear, never hear about him for the rest of the movie.
I love that kill too. Like it's just like I wasn't expecting it from this movie.
Right.
It's just like you immediately that's
brutal.
Like the first couple of things. I thought, it was almost like a kill you would see like on Friday the 13th or something, just like straight to the ear, the blood. I was like,
it was very slasher filmy. It was very just like he was like, "What are you doing here?" "Oh, I'm sorry." And you just see like this. He falls to the floor with a pool of blood squirting out, and he's got a knife in his ear. But I just thought that was very funny. I do want to point out, in the first episode we ever recorded of Gotham FM, we reviewed the film Twister. And I want to point out, I don't know if you noticed it. Did you know what I'm about to point out?
What?
One of the people on the bus. Rabbit is good, rabbit is wise. Rabbit from Twister was on the bus. He was the annoying guy. The guy who was like, I gotta get off this bus. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to die here. That was Rabbit.
Oh, yeah. From Ferris Bueller.
Yes. Yeah, from Ferris Bueller. Yeah. That was him. And he's the guy from Twister. And I just thought it was really funny how that came around full circle. Dummy.
Is from L.A.
Yeah. He was so douchey in this movie. And you know what? After this film, I researched it. After this film was done, as far as at the box office and stuff, he immediately went to go start shooting Twister, which to me is awesome because that's like an ongoing joke / we love that movie here on the program. But I thought that was
no, it isn't.
It is. We love that movie. Come on. And so I want to point out a few things in the film. Obviously, if you haven't seen this movie, basically Jeff Daniels and Keanu Reeves are two specialists in the SWAT team. They're good negotiators for hostage situations / bombs.
And
Jeff
bomb.
Jeff Daniels is that's what he does. He's a bomb diffuser. Same with Keanu, but they're also like negotiators. Blah blah blah. And they save in the first 30 minutes of the movie there's like really action packed, take place in the building at the start of the film. And then it turns out that the antagonist that they thought died in the first building is the antagonist who plants the bomb on a bus. And Keanu Reeves has to get on this bus because it can't go it can't go under 50 miles per hour or the bomb goes off. So obviously the film sets up a very anxiety-ridden type of pace, and I did get anxious through a lot of this movie, and I even knew I even knew the outcome.
I didn't. It was the first time I seen it.
Oh God, I wish I could have saw this for the first time at this age, because it was like, I enjoyed getting to see it in the 90s with my dad and stuff like that, because we were just action movie whores, but I knew the outcome of the movie. I remember the outcome of the movie, and still there's just so much anxiety with this plot line and stuff. And so, Sandra Bullock is on the bus, and she ends up being the one that has to drive the bus because the bus driver gets shot, and that's how the movie kind of takes place from there on. It turns out that the antagonist, like I said before, he's on the phone with Keanu because Keanu has a cell phone which is the size of a freaking brick. But he's talking to him. The bus can't go under 50. You got to do this. You got to do that.
Hold on, I still don't get how did Dennis Hopper get his number? Because you got to remember, that wasn't his phone. He stole that from that guy in that car.
Well, I'm sure the number was on the phone or something. And then McMahon, who did play Miles in Terminator 2, by the way, we got to throw that out there. McMahon, he got the number. Oh, and that reminds me. Speaking of Twister, did you notice who the SWAT team guy was that was talking to McMahon while they were driving the truck up against the bus? It was Joe's dad from Twister that dies at the beginning, the farmer. Yeah, that guy. That was Joe's dad. And I'm like, holy crap! This is like a pre-Twister reunion, even though Twister came out after this film. But I just thought it was funny how this was all coming around full. It just gave me a reason to bring up Twister, I guess. But
what a mark!
I will say, I don't know if this bothered you as much as it did me, and I know this is nitpicky, but you remember when Keanu first tries to get the bus to stop, and he's running beside it, telling him to stop? Why the hell didn't he flash his badge there?
That's what I was. Yeah, exactly. He's running, and I'm like, I'm a cop. I'm like, well, show your badge.
Thank you.
He even shows it.
And then, because remember, they were driving by the time he shows the badge, and by that time, they'd already gone over 50 miles per hour. And I'm thinking,
why wouldn't you drive around the bus, get in front of it like he did, and then show the badge? I don't know.
Well, but the thing that bothers me is you see in 99% of cop films when they're like, hey, I'm a cop, they throw their badge up against the window or they flash it in their face. Why didn't he just put that up against the doors and be like, I'm a cop, don't stop this bus right now. You can't go over 50 miles. I don't know, it's nitpicky, but I will say, how about Sandra Bullock, man? She looked great in this movie.
Oh, I was going to say, I forgot how, beautiful she was.
Oh my gosh, beautiful, and she was just very good. Sandra Bullock is just, I love her as an actress.
When she was crying, I believed her acting was.
But Sandra, you have to get that with Sandra because she's just she is a top 50 actor / actress in my book. In my top 50 actors, she's in there because any movie she's in, I buy it. You know what I mean? She was very believable in this film, and she did a very good job. And her chemistry with Keanu Reeves was
a little wildcat.
It was a little wildcat. By the way, it was Miles Dyson. I just remember it was Miles Dyson from Terminator 2, the guy that played McMahon. Played Mac. But Sandra and Keanu had great chemistry, and I don't know if you've seen that recently. There was a video that came out. I saw it on TikTok that Sandra had a crush on Keanu when they filmed this movie.
I don't blame her, because damn.
Yeah, Keanu's a gorgeous man. Mm-hmm. I'm comfortable with that. And same with her. And then on the I can't remember what show it was, but then Keanu says, well, obviously she didn't know I had a crush on her, or we would have gotten together. But I just thought that was cool because after I seen that clip, you watch the movie and you could tell there's some real like,
Yeah, I felt like a chemistry between them. Like,
oh
you
yeah,
know,
for sure.
like they definitely got it on in the dressing room.
Now, as far as statistics go for this film, are you ready for this? The movie was made on according to Wikipedia, a $30 to $37 million budget. Now, I hope you haven't looked this up, right?
No, I haven't looked it up.
Okay, so last
what it
time you
made?
guessed, and you were within like 5 or 6 mil. It's pretty impressive. So this
I
film,
don't think I'll be able to get this one, but let's see.
the budget was 30 to 37 million. How much
Okay.
did it make at the box office? Wandy, Nerdy, I want you guys both to get in on this, unless you've looked it up. What do you got, Gallo?
It came out, what, in 94, 96? No, 96, right?
1994. Twister came out in 96. That was a Freudian slip. 30 to $37 million budget. How much did it make at the box office? 1994.
I'm going to say 87 million.
87 million. Wandy?
I'd say 50 mil.
50, okay. And Nerdy?
Yeah, I probably went too high.
No, I
30?
think like let's say 105 million.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you are all very wrong.
Oh.
This film made
It's way more.
$350.4 million.
Oh, my.
God
Ah.
damn.
Yeah. In
I remember hearing
1994.
that it did good, but I didn't know it did that good.
And by the way, we talk about this almost every time. This movie was a rental monster.
Right.
Really?
You could
Yeah.
rarely, if ever, get this movie at a Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, Family Video, whatever your rental stores. This movie was a smash rental success. But think about this. 1994, your budget, let's just say, it says 30 to 37, so let's just say 34. Give it that middle cut. $34 million. And it made $350 million. And by the way, did you know that they actually made a sequel to this film?
Speed 2, cruise control.
Speed 2, Cruise Control.
With Sandra Bullock.
Yes. Keanu turned it down. Probably because someone was like, hey, we got this movie we want you to star in. It's called The Matrix. Would you want to be in that? Or Speed 2 Cruise Control? And I'm sure it's no mystery to you guys that Speed 2 Cruise Control did not do very well. It came out in 1997. Its budget, are you ready for this? This is revolting. So they knew that the original Speed was a smash hit success. The budget for this film, only 4 years later, keep in mind it was 30 to 37 million on the first film. This film's budget was 130 to 160 million dollars.
Oh, man.
How much did it make?
40 mil.
Oh my god. Come on. More than that.
85.
Wait, the budget.
Wait, no,
Would-
that's too high.
Oh, what do I? I'm just going to tell you. It was
How much was the budget?
The budget was $160 million.
God damn.
That's a
Yeah, but
lot
what-
of money,
what was the
bro.
box office?
Huh?
What was the box office?
The box office was $164 million.
Oh, you said budget. That's why I was confused.
Well, the budget was $160 million. The box office was $164.
Oh, dang. So they... Oh.
They made $4 million off of this movie. That's really, really bad. So, but let's go back to obviously the original Speed.
I just want to say, I wanted
Yeah.
to say real quick, I was wondering, like, dang, like, what did it do to get, that much money? Like, I mean, it's a good movie.
right.
But, like, what made it hit the 300 mil? So, I looked up right now the movies that came out June 10th, 1994, right?
Had nothing to battle with, right?
No, not really.
Right.
Well, I mean, look, they got some. Okay, they got number 1 was Speed for that week. Number 2, Flintstones, which is a great movie.
Oh yeah,
three?
with what's his name? John
John,
why am I drawing a blank?
Goodman.
John Goodman, thank you.
there's Slitty Slickers 2, Maverick, Renaissance Man, Beverly Hills Cop 3. I'm just gonna read the ones that I know: The Crow and Schindler's List. I'm assuming those movies maybe had already been out. You know what I mean?
So I'm confused.
Go on.
So according to the list that I'm looking at, I don't know when this article is posted, but these are the highest grossing films of 1994. The top
Okay.
5 doesn't even include Speed. It's claiming that, by the way, this was a monster year for film. It doesn't make sense. Even if they've adjusted for inflation, the movie, it's $350 million is what it's saying. I'm looking at it right here. Budget 30 to 37, box office 350. So according to this list, the number one grossing film of 1994 was The Lion King at
Oh yeah, yeah.
at $300 million. Also that came out that year was Forrest Gump, which also brought in $300 million.
Mama said, "Love like a box of chocolate."
Mama beat me with a rubber hose. Number 3 was True Lies, which made $146 million. Number 4 was The Santa Claus. Number 5
that
was The
movie.
Flintstones. Number 6 was Clear and Present Danger. Love that film. And then number 7 was Speed. So I don't know. I'm going with what I'm seeing on the Wikipedia page. This could be an old article, or it could just not be accurate at all.
I have a question real quick before we move on.
By the way, right under the Speed was The Mask with Jim Carrey. This was a hell of a year for.
Yeah, 94 is one of those good years of movies, just like 87 or like even 2019. 2019 had a good
Right.
year.
But listen to this:
But I was gonna ask you-
1994, as far as Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, and The Mask, all in the same year.
Dang, so Jeff Daniels did pretty good then with those two films.
Yeah, Jeff did Dumb and Dumber. He did Speed, and I'm sure he's probably on something else in here. He had to have. He was
But I
a
had a question.
huge actor at that time. Yeah.
Going back to Speed, I know Keanu had movies out at the time, but was that like his biggest film at that time?
To tell you the truth, I don't
Or are you not sure? Like, was he not like on the map or?
know if this was
remember.
his. This had to be his breakout film, as far as I'm concerned, because I didn't know Keanu prior to Speed. It was the first movie I can recall as a kid seeing with him in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. To me, it had to be the breakout film. So it's saying, as far as, I mean, obviously you had like what, Bill and Ted, but that
Bill
wasn't.
and Ted 89.
But that to me, that doesn't seem like breakout to me. Like Bill and Ted are more cult classics, but then like Speed to me was like his wow, like this
That's
is
when
like
you took him serious as like a
exactly. As like
thriller action.
exactly, that's what I was gonna say. It's when you took him serious, like he's a good action star, and obviously it translated because it got him into the Matrix. You can't tell me that the work he did in Speed didn't help him get that role in the Matrix. So, as far as Speed goes, I loved this movie. What about you, Nerdy? You got anything you want to add about Speed?
It's just probably the best suspense film, maybe of all time, but definitely of the 90s.
Oh my
I'd say.
God! One
Dude,
of
he spoke like 2 words this whole time.
he said one of the best suspense films of all time. Holy cow! So let's go ahead and give our ratings. So let's do. I'll go first. I rarely ever go first.
Yeah, go first.
I'm going to tell you, and this could be a high rating, but when I got done with this film, my rating was an 8.1.
Wow.
I really found myself not even wanting the movie to end. Like, I loved this movie. It was awesome. 8.1 from me. Gallo?
I was gonna let. Okay. You want me?
You know what? Let Nerdy go.
Okay.
I'd probably give it an 8.6
Ooh,
out of 10.
that's high. That's what Dummy gave Con Air. And by the way, I do have Dummy's rating for this film. Would you like me to give it before you give yours, Gallo?
Go ahead.
Dummy gave this film a 6 out of 10.
What? And he's the one that said we should watch it.
I know. That's exactly what I texted him. I said, "What do you give the film?" And he goes, solid 6 out of 10. I said, "You recommended this film."
Idiot.
Like I texted him, I said, "You never fail to amaze me how stupid you are." I don't
Wandy?
No. Well, hey Wandy, that's his moment's coming up, but no, like you're going to recommend that we watch Speed and review it, and you give it a 6 out. So going forward, he's recommending 6 out of 10 films. I'm
That's what
not. I'm not
I'm
cool with
getting
that.
at. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not cool with that. All right, go ahead, Gallo.
All right, I will agree with you. I thought the same thing. I didn't want this movie to end. This is that kind of movie like you watch it and you know you're gonna want to watch it again at some point, like soon.
Right.
It's that movie that you look up what movies are like this. That's how good that movie is.
Yeah.
So for that, I think I'm gonna rate it
A solid 8.
I cannot believe
I
you just
really
did
am.
that. I honestly thought he dropped from the Discord. And of course he does that. What an absolute doofus. All right. So an 8 from me, or an 8 from you, 8.1. Actually, would you like to say your score again?
solid 8.
Okay. I'm going to give it an 8.1. You give it an 8. Nerdy gives it an 8.6. Dummy gives it a 6. A1, have you ever seen this movie?
No, but I
right.
give it a 5.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Speaking of talking about movies you've never seen, coming up next, we've got our past. Now it's time to shoot back into the present and talk about Matrix Resurrections. This should not take long because no one here did their homework except for me, and you're welcome. Actually, Dummy did his homework. At least he claims he did his homework, and he gave his rating for this film. Gallo didn't watch it because he said he hadn't seen any of the films prior. Which, have you really not seen the original Matrix?
No, I mean I was a little young at the time. I don't know. I thought
All
it was
right,
goofy.
so one of these nights, we really need to watch that in the Discord. That you can't go your life without seeing The Matrix, for God's sake.
I haven't seen any of the Mission Impossibles as well.
Oh God, that fucking physically hurts my brain to hear that.
Oh, your reaction.
Oh my God. All right, so Matrix Resurrections. This is a film that a lot of people felt did not need to come out. No, it was not woke. I will get into that. A1, he was talking about how it was woke and that it was shit and all this and that it was a bad film and blah. And A1, he hasn't even seen it. And his quote was, "I don't watch things that are trash." And he found out it was trash by watching his douchey YouTube channels that he relies on for everything. One of them being this.
What's his name?
A1. Oh, Jeremy Johns. Jeremy Johns. He watches old Jimmy Johns over there,
Yeah,
and
exactly. That's what I'm thinking of. Jeremy Johns.
and he
I'm
watched
surprised
his
it's
review
not
of the film.
Jihadi Johns.
Oh my God,
Oh my!
Jesus, Nerdy, what are you doing, man? God. He said all this stuff about it, and he didn't watch it. He took all of his butt buddy Jeremy John's word and just went with
Probably
it.
watched the quartering or something like that, where
Or-
they
or
just
the-
said it
yeah.
was woke.
The quartering the quartering is like, oh my gosh, the movie sucks, and it's because it has like maybe a couple of
It has a woman in it. with blue
exactly.
hair. Obviously,
There you
it's
go.
woke.
It's got a woman in it, and she's like just as powerful as some of the guys, so it must be woke. And so let's talk about the film, okay? Iwanda, you shut up because you didn't watch it, and you're a fraud. Going forward, you're a non-DC fan fraud.
Wrong.
Wrong. But Matrix Resurrections. I had my reservations about Resurrections. I did not like Reloaded. I did not like Revolutions. I love the first film. It is it's probably my top 20 greatest films of all time. I did not feel like this film needed to come out. I was not excited for this movie. I saw the trailer for the film, wasn't into it. I finally sat down, I believe it was Saturday, and I watched the film. And the first hour of this film, I was embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it wasn't woke. It's not because it was woke. It was just not a good movie. All right. By the way, spoiler alert. Spoiler. I got shit for not including spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home last time.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler. The first hour of this film, and Nerdy, if you want to mute and walk away, I'll text you and you can come back or whatever. But if you just want to hear and listen to what I have to say, I'll try to do it not so spoilerish. Okay, I'll try to do that.
You're good. I'll deafen. You're good. Go ahead.
The first hour of this film, I'm watching it going, God, They were right. This movie stinks. It's the. I have some clips. I want you guys to listen to some of these clips. Listen to some of the acting in the first hour of this film. It was so bad I had to clip it. And I hate that it's Keanu, because Keanu Reeves is one of my favorite actors. Listen. But it's probably because he did not have, and here's one of my biggest bugaboos of the film. Where was Lawrence Fishburne? Why did they have this guy playing? Don't give me that crap about how it wasn't canon. I don't want to hear that. So please, go ahead.
Oh, it's about because he died in the video game.
No, see,
And the video game
that's
is canon.
crap. It's crap. That I don't buy that. I think that's ridiculous. Then why was Morpheus in the movie in the beginning? Why was he in it? He was in it, played by a different actor. I know that it was all like the first movie. They have him that the first movie was the video game. Okay, if that's the angle you're going with, fine. But Morpheus shouldn't have been in the movie at all. The guy that played him stunk. He was wearing these just exaggerating, flamboyant suits and stuff. And I'm not saying that that's beyond the Matrix, because there was a lot of flamboyance in the first movie. But they just they overdid it with Morpheus in this movie. He's wearing like gigantic pink suits and stuff, and it wasn't even a good actor. And in this scene, when Neo goes into the bathroom of all places with this Morpheus, listen to this acting.
No. Whoa. What do you mean, no? You wanted this. You did this. This was your idea. Yeah. It was a test. An experiment. An experiment?
It was a test. It was an experiment.
That just sounded weird. I mean, I can't see it, but all I hear, the context is they go into a bathroom and the guy is saying, "You wanted it."
Well, Neo is finding out that his game is real, and he's finding a way into the Matrix, and he's like, this can't be real, blah, blah, blah. And then that is his response. That is the acting you hear. And then we obviously all remember, well, I guess not Gallo, but the original Agent Smith is an iconic character. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, nerdy as well. A1D, did you at least see the original Matrix?
Absolutely. Mate.
Okay, so the original Agent Smith is an iconic character. I can't remember the actor off the top of my head who played him.
Weaving. Said it.
Huh?
Hugo Weaving.
Yes. Amazing actor. He's not in the film. And I get it. He's supposed to be canon. This is a clip from their new Agent Smith.
Mr. Anderson! Mr. Anderson! It can't be.
That was me when I saw that clip. That was me whooping. I was thinking this film could not get any worse. Okay, this movie has a runtime. It was dude, bro. Okay, I almost stopped watching this movie. Okay, but after Neo gets awoken and is brought aboard the ship, okay, when he finally gets aboard, and by the way, there is just, I gotta bring this up too at the beginning of the movie. The agents have the worst aim in the history of people who've ever wielded a weapon.
Even clone troopers?
They are stormtrooper worthy. That's how bad the beginning of this film was as far as trying to shoot the character. Her name was Bugs, and I could not stand her. The purple haired chick, the new
Her name was
protagonist.
Bugs?
Her name was Bugs, like she quote like Bunny. Her name was Bugs. I did not like this character. I was so like, not because it was a woman. I love woman characters
Can I say this?
in general.
Is it because I heard that they just didn't give them anything, the newer characters? They brought them in, but they did nothing with them.
The new characters had like zero backstory. You don't really find anything out about them, and that takes away from them. As to where when you knew about characters like I can't remember the dude's name who inputs all the programs and stuff in the first movie, but his brother Dozer, you know, they gave them the backstory and stuff like that. And not all the characters had backstories, but you knew enough about them. Even Cypher, who ended up being, well, whatever. But Bugs is like one of the new main characters, and I just couldn't stand her. It was just something about her. She was not a likable character. After the first hour, though, okay? But, and again, I got to throw this out there. The guy who played Morpheus stunk. I could not stand him. But I got news for you. After the first hour, this movie was awesome. I was like, it's very rare that a movie for me comes back like that. Like to really to put me in a hole so deep that I'm like, I'm going to turn this movie off. And then it just springs me out of it. And I'm like, wow, this movie is really entertaining the hell out of me right now. And I was really enjoying the action, just the overall vibe of the film. Everything really picked up. I loved Carrie-Anne Moss in the film. She was great. Once they brought Neo and her together, there's actually a very specific scene in the film, and I'm not going to spoil everything, but there's a scene where her and Keanu Reeves have a very powerful emotional scene, and they're surrounded by like 100 cops and SWAT team members and civilians in this coffee house in a scene with Neil Patrick Harris being the main antagonist, by the way. Sorry, that's a spoiler alert. But the Agent Smith, he stinks. But Neil Patrick Harris ends up playing the main antagonist, and they're all in this small little coffee shop, and Keanu and Carrie-Anne are just having this amazingly acted emotional scene. And I'm like, man, imagine being one of the extras, and you're in that coffee shop, and you get to be on set and witness those two with that emotional scene, especially just to be a Matrix fan. That had to be so powerful. And to be able to be a part of that, you had to just be like so, like really feel special to be a part of that. I know I would have been. And I got to tell you, the movie from that point, it just became this awesome movie that I'm like, I kind of don't want this to end. Kind of like Speed. I really was enjoying it. And then Bugs, I ended up kind of liking her character. I ended up kind of liking all the new characters. I was like, man, this movie has really turned it around. Did Jada Pinkett Smith, is that her, by the way, as Niobe? Did she come back to play that? Does anybody know?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it looked like they aged her. I just want to make sure that is her, right?
Yeah.
So she did very well too, and she was a real bitch in this movie. But they all come back. It was amazing how this movie really brought itself back to make me enjoy it. As a true Matrix fan, this movie amazingly came back and like made the movie an enjoyable experience. So for that, I will always appreciate what this film did. Now, did this film need to be made? No.
I hear that a lot.
But there are plenty of movies, bro, that have come out that didn't need to be made that I liked. I'm sure we all have a couple of those movies. Yeah, we didn't need this movie, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
This film is one of those films. And a lot of people, I've seen some rough critics smashing this film. This movie is holding like a 5.2 on IMDb. And I'm like, man, this movie has to be so... What is Rotten Tomatoes saying about this? What are they saying? Is it rated pretty high?
No.
It's not. What is the Rotten Tomatoes score? I'm trying to look it up quick. Let me see here.
50 something.
64 and 63 body and scores.
Okay, so that's actually fair, and I hate Rotten Tomatoes. But
Me too.
again, it's a film that didn't need to be made, but it's being smashed by people to the point where like this film needs to be removed from HBO Max. It needs
I
to
feel
be.
like it's very divisive. Like you either really love it or not really love it. You either like it. Or
I was
you
gonna
hate
say
it.
I don't really know anybody that really loved the film, but
Yeah,
there,
they
like
didn't
you
love
said,
it.
there's a divisiveness of this is a good movie and this movie is one of the worst things that have happened, and it's like for me, I would watch this movie again, and to me, it's like
Really?
if you enjoy a movie enough, where you're like, yeah, I'd go watch that movie again, then it gets the pass. So for me,
Okay.
Matrix Resurrections gets the pass. I enjoyed the film. I would watch this movie again. It was not woke. In my book, it was not woke. And people saying that, oh my God, look how many female characters they had that were powerful as opposed to male characters. You just don't know anything about the Matrix. You just need to shut up. People like the quartering. He knows nothing about the Matrix. So saying that it's gone woke and all this and that it's backfiring, it's just stupid. He probably didn't even watch the movie and he just read.
That's just dumb.
He just read
Dude, like,
Fox News or something.
Saying a movie is woke because it has too many women characters. Like, what? Are you scared of women, dude? Like,
Well, it's not necessarily too many women, but powerful women. It's like he's scared. It's like these people who are crapping on this movie are scared of powerful, strong female characters in movies. And I've never been afraid of that. For God's sake, Terminator is like my end-all be-all film. Sarah Connor has always been a powerful character. Always. And so I've never been afraid of that. And it's like this movie, there's a huge spoiler in this movie. And I don't necessarily even want to talk about it because I really would like for you guys to watch this and see if you have a different take from it. But I will say Neo is like the one, right?
yeah.
That's kind of like, you've probably seen it through memes and stuff. But what I got from this movie was people were like, because people like Awandy who are lion-sacked crap, were saying that they turned around and made Trinity the one. And if that's what you're saying, you're just wrong. Because the fact of the matter is, they are the one together. That was the whole point of the film. Apart, they are not as powerful as they are together. And that, to me, that's what I got from it. Because they even have that moment in the coffee shop when that becomes obviously what they were pointing at. The one is Neo and Trinity, not Neo
See, what I
nor
heard
Trinity.
from a lot of people is they were saying is that they were mad that Neo all of a sudden didn't have these. He wasn't as powerful, and that Trinity had these things that he couldn't do. And it's like I don't understand it.
And
So,
guess what? Neo has things that Trinity can't do. She can't do the bullet time. She can't do.
But the thing is, they can never see a woman equal to them. Like,
No, they can't.
Even if she's equal, that's too powerful for them. For people like
There's.
you know,
I'll tell you, Gallo, because you're actually nailing this without even seeing the movie.
Mhm.
Neo, they're on the bike, they're running from all these agents and stuff like that, and Neo is stopping all bullets and saving Trinity from getting shot up in all these bullets, and at the very end, they have to scale the buildings to get to safety, and Neo just falls, and he's being held from falling by Trinity, and he's all like, I'm not doing this, and then she gives them the power and saves both of them by being able to fly to scale the buildings. And people are so upset over this. Like, oh my God, this is awful. This is the worst thing ever. They're making it to where Trinity is more powerful than Neo. And that's just not true. That did not scream to me, oh my God, he's powerless without her. Or she's powerless without him. To me, or I'm sorry, he's powerless without her. That's not true. They are powerless without each other. That's what I got from this film. So anyways, Matrix Resurrections, to me, gets the pass. Nerdy, don't you dare listen to people like A1. You watch this movie, okay?
I do. Well, I have to go pretty soon. So are we gonna do? We have trivia or something?
We have trivia coming up. This is our last part right here. So I'm just going to give it the rating, but do not listen to A1. You make sure and watch this movie, okay?
Okay. I'll watch it.
And then let me know what you think. And so post your rating later on in the FM Discord so I can kind of post it in the archives. But for me,
All right.
I laid all this out. I'm a fair reviewer, and I give fair scores, and all movies, whether they're past or present, are on the same scale. Never forget, I gave Spider-Man No Way Home a 7.9. That's a very fair score.
Did.
The Matrix Resurrections, to me, was a 6.7. It's not a perfect...
6.7.
6.7 is my official number for Matrix Resurrections. It's a movie that you don't have to watch. It's not a movie that needs watching. It's a fun film to watch. It's not Speed, I'll tell you that. But it is a movie that, for me, gets the approval rating 6.7. So what'd you say there, Always Nerdy? You wanted to do some trivia?
Let's do it.
Well, it's time for trivia. 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 It's trivia time.
All right. Nerdy. A lot has improved over the years with the quote-unquote Stump the Dummy, which is exactly what this is.
Isn't that from another channel?
No, this has been improved over time, and now every category is officially audio formatted. We don't have to read questions anymore. Everything, like I said, is audio. There are 5 categories here today. As a matter of fact,
Cheers. You know what I mean?
are you done?
Wow.
Wow. All right, we have 5 categories here today. And like I said, you don't have to worry about me reading them. All you got to do is listen and then guess. Our 5 categories are movie themes, TV themes,
Oh.
and the new category, movie quotes. And also 2 new categories, beautifully crafted with me, Sparrow, and Guz. The category, Who's Dying? In this category, if you name the film, you get the money that the question's worth. And if you name the character who is dying, you get an extra of whatever the amount is. So if it's a 100, you get 200 if you name both. You got that?
You gotta name what?
You got to name the film that the death is in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you name the character who is dying, you get double the amount of that specific tile.
Okay.
And then the other category is video game themes. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Nerdy, you are new here. You will get to pick first.
Let's do quotes, movie quotes for 100.
Movie quotes for $100.
Sorry about that.
Can I get a replay?
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Who is Captain Jack Sparrow in
That is incorrect. A1D, do you know how to count?
Yeah.
Can you keep score?
Okay.
All right. Gallo, chance to steal.
Yes. I'm gonna go with Dumbledore. Philosopher's Stone. Oh, I meant Hagrid.
So he gets $100
I meant Hagrid.
for naming the film. I'm giving you the 100. You actually said the Philosopher's Stone, which is originally what the film was called and book in England. So he gets $100, and it was not Dumbledore, it was Hagrid.
It was Hagrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I messed up.
you get a halvesies, bro. Now the board belongs to you.
Okay. What were the
Categories
what were
are
the video game?
video game themes. Okay, here we go. Video game themes for what, 100?
For 100.
All right. Now, all right, this is not the category, but there is one. We'll get to that in a second. But video games for 100. Anything?
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
That's incorrect.
Damn.
What's wrong with
All
you,
that-
dude?
I thought that was
Wow.
Wow.
Damn. I
Guz
I
owes
was
me
like-
some money. Nerdy, chance to steal.
Damn, Alex.
I'm gonna say Crash Bandicoot.
That is correct. $100 to Nerdy. I did not think you were going to get that. That was very
That's
good. All right, to you. The board belongs to Nerdy.
Let's ride the category video games for 200.
All right.
One more time, please.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna go with Skyrim.
Wow, if that was a guess, that was pretty good. $200, Awandy, to Nerdy. You want to remain in the category?
Let's. I can't. That was 100% a guess, and it was only because it was like it sounded folklorish.
Okay.
So let's go 300.
All right, here we go.
What is Star Fox 64?
Gallo, chance to steal.
The Legend of Zelda.
Which one?
That is right.
One.
I don't think I can give you that.
No, that's not answer one.
Damn.
That's Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That was the one on Super Nintendo. It was one of the only. It was actually the only Zelda game I'd ever played.
I
Until
could
got
tell that
Breath
was
of
a
the Wild.
Zelda game, but
Oh, it's pretty
Also,
easy. I mean,
The
yeah, I mean,
stage music for the Smash level for Zelda and Link is this song.
Gallo, the board belongs to you now. Go ahead. You want to ride this category still, or do you want to move to the next category?
what is the next category?
Well, we have Who's Dying, TV themes, and movie quotes. We still have everything.
I'll go Who's Dying for 100.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna go with Tony Montana from Scarface.
Hey! All right, that's $200.
Calm down.
Don't give yourself applause, please. that was good, but all right, to you.
Movie themes for 100.
Movie themes for 100. Oh, wrong tab. Wrong tab. Movie themes. Are you ready? Here we go.
Predator.
That is correct. $100, Awandi. All right, to you, Gallo.
Movie themes for 200. Hit me again. That's very superhero-y, so I'm gonna go Superman 1.
That is correct. I'm very impressed. That was very good. I'm assuming you meant like the 1970 version.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. To you.
You can obviously tell with the music.
Oh yeah. Movies for 300.
Yes. Hit me.
What do you think, Gallo?
Man.
All right, he's Shazamming these.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like Goosebumps. I don't know.
Goosebumps.
Wow. I'm pretty sure that's what Awandi said.
What? No.
I think you did, bro.
No, I got it right, bro.
No, I don't think you did.
I swear I did.
All right. Hey, Nerdy, chance to steal?
That's Saw.
Hey! There you go. That's 300, Awandi.
I didn't even know Saw had like a theme.
Then you don't. Then you're not a Saw fan. Nerdy, to you, buddy.
Let's same category for 400.
400.
One more time. Is it is it Matrix 2?
Gallo, chance to steal.
No, I don't know.
Is it Matrix 1?
It was
Oh.
Matrix 1.
I
That
knew
was-
it was
I didn't
one
watch
or
the movie.
other.
Why? Don't get so butthurt. I was talking to Nerdy, you loser. Now the board belongs to you.
Okay, move TV themes for 100.
Okay. Are you ready? Guz, are you listening?
Chase.
Here we go.
Screw Gus.
I wanna be the very best Pokemon.
That is correct.
Hell yeah.
I'd like to submit a complaint. That is not the name of the song. I'd like to be the very best.
Well, we're not
Pokemon.
doing the name of the song. It's the
Yeah.
name of the TV show.
No.
You know
what I mean.
All right, Gallo, to you.
How much was that?
TV themes for 200.
That was $100
Yeah.
to Gallo. All right, here we go. For 200, A1D.
That should have been the 100.
Damn. I don't know. I'm gonna say like Vikings. I don't know.
Oh my God, Guz, right here, buddy, right here. Come on. Yeah. Hey, a nerdy chance to steal.
It's Game of Thrones.
That is
I
correct.
should have guessed that, but I didn't watch the show. I don't know.
That was 200 to nerdy A1D. All right, nerdy belongs to you now.
Let's go. Yes. Let's go. TV for 400.
All right, we'll just skip right over 3.
Man, I'm pretty.
It's Johnny Bravo.
Did you know that one, Gallo?
Yes. Oh, I love Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
Hanna-Barbera was awesome.
All right, nerdy. That was 300 or 400. A1D. To you, nerdy.
Let's go to 300 for the same category. The show is Power Rangers, I believe.
That is correct. 300. Nerdy, would you like to polish off the category at number 5?
You could polish me off. You know what I mean.
What? Let's go. No, let's go to the. What's the bottom category?
Movie
You.
quotes.
Oh, let's do movie quotes. Whatever one we're
We
on
have
there.
2 through 5.
Let's do 200.
All right.
You shall not pass!
That was Gandalf in Fellowship of the Ring.
Ooh, that's a double. That's $400, A1D.
Fun fact about that scene: he was talking to Gallo's mom when he was saying that.
No, are you sure? You sure that was you was talking to a mom, or that was your girlfriend talking that you couldn't get into her vagina?
Oh my god! I couldn't get into
Extra
her like
point for
your
Gallo.
mom couldn't get into the country.
I think Gallo deserves 100 of what you just got. Wait a minute. Yeah. He definitely did. Anyways, go
Yeah,
ahead.
give him the points. It was worth it.
No, nerdy. Go ahead.
300.
All right, here we go.
This is my mother, Mrs. Exposition.
How do you do?
God, man, what have you done?
That's not your mother, it's a man, baby!
That was Austin Powers in The Spy Who Shagged Me.
That was Austin Powers in the first film. You know what's weird is I think Moon answered the same thing. He said Austin Powers in The Spy Who Shagged Me. Best one of the 3, by the way.
Love that movie.
All right. Oh crap! I didn't even give Gallo a chance to steal.
Does he get a point?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give him 300.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I'll give you the face value. He does deserve 300. That was my bad, nerdy. Sorry about that.
You're good.
All right, so Gallo, you get the 300, and now the board belongs to you. Now we have TV 500, movie 500, and then quotes 4 and 5, and we still have video games and who's dying.
Quotes for 500.
Ooh, for 500.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding. You know, there's a lot of people around.
I mean, I'm only kidding with you. We're having a party. I mean, I just came home. I haven't seen you in a long time, and I'm breaking your balls, and right away you're getting fucking fresh. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you.
I'm gonna go Goodfellas.
That is correct. $500 to Gallo. I assumed you weren't going to name the character, which is fine, but $500. Now, all that's left on this specific board is movie and TVs, both for $500.
Movie for 500.
Oh my gosh! It's time for the double deuce. Movies for 500.
Speed 2, Cruise Control.
No! Nerdy, chance to steal.
Home Alone.
It's incorrect. The correct answer
Home Alone 2.
was Forrest Gump.
Oh,
Gump. All right, Nerdy, the board belongs to you. Would you like to do $500 in TV, or would you... Wait a minute. We didn't do quotes for 400. We still have quotes and 400.
That's what I thought. I thought you had quotes still. Yeah.
We have quotes
got
and
the
400
bug.
and shut it. We have quotes and 400 and TV for 5. And the other two categories,
Oh yeah.
which is video game themes and who's dying.
video games themes for whatever we're on.
All right. We have video game themes for, I think, 300 and above. So here we go.
I like it.
Oh, I'm sorry, for 400 and above. All right, here we go. I'm going to warn you, these last two are difficult. So here we go.
Oh. That one's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Whoa, buddy. That is correct. Did you know that, Gallo?
Let me get 2 number 9s, a number 9 large.
What is that?
All right.
Shit. Here we go again.
All right, Nerdy. That is $400, A1D, to Nerdy. The board still belongs to you, big guy.
Let's polish it off.
All right, here we go. That's what she said. Well, actually, not for you.
Why don't you apologize for your girlfriend?
All right, here we go.
Assassin's Creed Vikings.
No, I'm giving you a double wrong too. By the way, that's not an
not
Assassin's
even a
Creed
game,
game.
is it?
Yeah, no. All right, Gallo, chance to steal.
Halo 2?
Oh my god.
Listen, it's better than Assassin's Creed Vikings.
No, it's not.
God, the correct answer was what is going on? What just happened? Oh my gosh. The correct answer was Metal Gear Solid. Yep. All right. We still have Who's Dying 2 through 5, and then we still have, I believe, was it movie quotes for 400 and TV themes for 5.
Can I just say real quick? I'm a bit upsetty spaghetti you didn't include Bug Snacks. But
Well,
go on.
what are you going to do? You would have missed it anyway. All right, Nerdy.
Let's go. Who's Dying for 300?
Okay. Who's Dying for 300? All right.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
That is from the movie Independence Day.
Oh,
It's the crazy drunk guy.
I cannot accept crazy drunk guy, but that was Independence Day. That's $300 to nerdy. Wait a minute. I forgot to get a $200 question. So we have 4 and 5, and who's dying, and we still have TV themes for 500, and that is it. We got 3 questions left. It's to you, nerdy.
Oh, wait, let's go with 400. I'm gonna guess that is from the Phantom Menace, and that is Qui-Gon Jinn getting killed.
Dumbass.
That is so wrong.
I didn't. Okay, all right. We'll play it again.
He's offended. Gallo?
Okay.
That's Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai.
That's a good guess.
No,
Mel Gibson in
it's
The
really
Patriot?
not. No! Mel Gibson did not die in Patriot.
He was close to though.
Oh, with
His
John
son
Cena?
was-
That
it was
movie
his
Patriot with
son.
John Cena?
Yeah, the new movie coming out with John Cena, Patriot. The film
Patriot
was
Maker.
it was Fellowship of the
Oh, what'd you
Ring,
say?
and it was Boromir.
Boromir.
Yeah.
More like bore me.
Bora lots.
All right, Gallo, you have Who's Dying for 5 and TV Themes for 5, and that is all she wrote.
TV themes for 5. Is it Cheers? Or what
No.
was that show that you played?
Here we go.
Toss some salad.
That was Frasier.
Oh,
A scrambled eggs. Here we go.
Boogie Nights?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Holy mackerel, Guz, you got to be pissed right now. Nerdy, chance to steal.
A show that includes the great Dom Irera.
Who?
Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold.
That is correct. Hey, Arnold!
I haven't seen that show in a long time.
$500. Oh, but you watched Johnny Bravo yesterday, right? Okay. Final question. Nerdy, time to seal it. Who's dying for $500? Here it is. Wrong one. Here we go.
Well, how much the last point?
The last one was for 500.
Is that a certain seashell, by the way? Or like, what's that?
No. Here we go. You're such a dick, dude.
Please. Sayonara.
Let's go. I know this.
Can I get a replay?
Of course.
Please.
Anara.
I'm sorry. That replay was ruined for me by some weird sound. Could I get one more replay?
Please. Sayonara.
I was really setting you up to do it again, but you know what? I'm gonna say that is the bad guy from Commando.
Oh my god. Gallo, chance to steal.
Cyrus, the virus from Con
It was Con Air, and it was Francisco Sandino,
Oh.
not Cyrus the Virus. God, there was a lot going on in your answer right there. All right, A1D, do you have the final tally?
Does the last point count?
That he got $500 for that. Yep, Gallo did. Do you
All
have
right.
a total?
Total.
Here we go.
Gallo is 1,600.
That's impressive. Nerdy?
And Nerdy got a total of 3,400.
What?
Oh my God! Holy, dude, you got destroyed.
I doubled your score, Gallo.
I think he messed. Are you illiterate? Did you like mix that up by accident? Hello?
Bro, don't get butthurt, you lost.
Yeah, well, at least they didn't,
All right, here we go. It's stop. All right,
You
that's
see
gonna
what
do
you're-
it. Nerdy,
Issue.
final word from the winner.
Yeah, Gallo lost this match quicker than I lost my girlfriend. How's that, bitch?
Oh my goodness. No, that was not a car crash. That was good
Yes, it
because
was.
no, you were gonna use that against him, and he stole it from you like 8 Mile.
Bitch, you gotta get in front of it. What?
That's gonna do it. Episode 4 of Gotham FM. Thank you guys.
I hope you have a diabetes attack. What do they call it?
How about a car crash? Hold on, I'm gonna pause the music. You need a car crash right now. A diabetes attack? Holy cow!
He gave stupid answers or questions.
Thank you all for joining for episode 4. Make sure and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. New episodes every week. I hope you enjoyed this. Let us know down in the comments section below what you thought. What was your favorite part? And what were the ratings for the movies we did this week? We'll see you guys for episode 5. Maybe Dummy will rejoin us, or maybe Nerdy keeps taking his spot. Because I can tell you right now, when he finds out you were on today's show, he's going to be upsetty spaghetti. We'll see you guys next week.